Alright, let's just get out of here. Uh-oh. You know, you think it'd be worrying? Did they just darken the ground for that? That looked terrible. You think it'd be worrying when the Ganardos show up with dynamite, which has happened quite a few times in separate ways, weirdly. But generally, it usually just means, oh great, this group is going to die really easily. Uh-oh. Still have no idea what the range on the blade is. It's always been kind of weird. Really more? Yeah, the range on the blade has always been very... Damn it, I did it again. Unknowable. It can stretch out way further than you think. You know, I had a thought at one point of doing a Blacktail TMP run on the main game, maybe do it on stream. And my main thought after that was, that's kind of redundant. The TMP exists for heavy firepower without really doing much damage, and so does the Blacktail. Like, it feels like you should have one or the other, not both, and separate ways giving you both really means you're left with no simple power option beyond the shotgun or the rifle or the crossbow, all of which have way less ammo compared to the others, compared to the handgun. I should really take a drink, shouldn't I? Oh, my brew's going cold. I've got a drink there. Like, the TMP floods you with ammo. It flooded me with ammo in the main game when I never picked it up. And that's fine. If you're after the simple spray option, just the biggest advantage of the TMP is shoot an enemy in the head, it'll stun them. It works out really well. And the reason why it works best in Mercenaries is because Hunk gets it in Mercenaries. Shoot an enemy in the head, and Hunk's attack to follow that up is the Neckbreaker, which is an instant kill. I almost shot you. What are you doing in a place where you're supposed to be?
Got a selection. What are you selling?
Anything to get rid of. And spin up.
Come back anytime.
But beyond that, it's like shoot them in the head, kick. And you can do that with the handgun. Having both of them at once is redundant. I remember this being a pain. Is this a pain? Bad feeling about this. Bunch of ammo. Nothing. Red herb, which is nice. And we're out of space. Let's rework some of this. And we got room for one more herb. Got a lot of ammo. Okay, there's the door. Is something gonna happen? Yep. Is the door locked? No, it's not. Then this is definitely not worth dealing with. See if this will work. Go. Yeah, it worked. That's not worth the ammo it'll take to put down. And that's the end of this chapter.
I forgot something.
God, that looks awful. Like the rain on top of the low resolution looks like this really bad blur filter.
Hey, señorita, got a light and some smokes to go with it to make
I want your
day?
red 9,
Where's
Louise.
the sample?
Okay, we skipped the foreplay. As a matter of fact, I was just going to get it. Where's the love, baby?
Sounds like fun to me. Just hurry up.
Give me your red 9, I'll love you as
Okay,
much as you
lady.
want.
Where do you stand on all of this? Exactly what kind of group are you working for?
There are some things in the world better off not knowing. This is one of them.
Fine, I can take a hint.
Yeah, that's really
Okay,
not
who you
true
are,
though, is it?
As long as you get rid of that.
Considering he's getting the sample for you, it would be a good idea for him to know where you're going to take it.
Among all the people involved in this,
That was
only
interesting. The
Sarah
resolution
has the
on
least
the
entanglements. He
camera lens on the
works for
top
an
right was
organization
decent,
preferring to move
and
with
then it just
Shaun.
shifted into
I'm
really
the one who
pixely.
told the organization of his importance. I did it because I like him. His history betrays an enthusiasm I once shared. It was a stroke of luck that I happened to intercept his email for help. It seems he can't trust the police, so he sent the email to an old friend from college. He must have thought his friend was still alive. At any rate, that's how I managed
That's
to
a
find
really
him.
weird thought. It's like, oh no,
Apparently,
I'm
he's been
mixed up in
conducting
some
his own
really
investigation of the cult
really
while doing
dodgy
his
stuff,
work on Las
and
Plagas. A brilliant
if nothing's
scientist.
done, this could
He's accumulated
potentially
a
end the
pile of
world.
data and pieced it all together. Must be why Sadler hired him.
And
To add
so I
Sadler's
decide to
snooping
send an
has
email.
aroused his suspicion.
Well, 2005, yeah, whatever.
When I told him who I was,
To
he
somebody
practically begged to be
from
taken into
college
custody.
who I'm
I
guessing
wanted
I've not
protection.
spoken to
He
since
said, I have no
college.
love for Las Plagas or this stupid cult. I want out. I just want
It's
peace
like,
and quiet again.
what?
I ordered him to
So,
bring
hey,
me a
help
master
me.
Plaga specimen.
Evil parasite
Sample
religious
for evidence.
organization cult. Like,
Looks like he's one of
nobody,
the few
even in
people whom
2005,
Sadler actually
nobody
trusts.
would take that seriously.
Tracking him down and getting my hands on the sample shouldn't be difficult. I doubt
Can you imagine
the cult will take
like
kindly to
getting
his
in
excuse,
contact,
though.
not
I'll have
even
to guide this
contact where it
alone
can be a
if
back
I
and
want it
forth,
to go
just like
smoothly.
sending a note to somebody you haven't spoken to since college. It's absurd. Again, like, the more separate ways he tries to answer, the more it just falls apart. Speaking of falling apart, okay, so the sunglasses literally existed for this scene.
Sorry, but following
Like,
a lady
not seeing
bleeds
Ada
isn't my
before
style.
this is like, yeah, she could have had the sunglasses the entire time. No, this cutscene shows she literally just puts them on for this.
Bit of advice, try using knives next time. Works better for close encounters.
You've got the red 9 at this point, Leon, give it to me.
Leon. Long time no see.
Ada.
Did she
So
put the
it is
glasses
true.
on just so she could take them off like that?
About what?
You, working with Wesker.
I see you've been doing your homework.
Why, Ada?
There's no way he wouldn't have noticed
What's
that.
it to you?
Why are you here?
Especially with how suspicious
Why'd
he
you
is of
show
us.
up
If
like
I'm
this?
stood talking to somebody and I see them drop something, my eyes immediately like, oh, they dropped something. You drop that. With how suspicious he is and how there's no cover for it, there's no way he doesn't immediately see that.
Luis has succeeded in recovering the sample.
How do you know?
He's waiting in the castle. Get in contact with him ASAP.
Understood.
And that U.S. government lapdog, Leon. If you do happen to encounter him, put him out of commission. We can't let him interfere with our plans.
He has no idea what's going on.
That's not what he looked like
He's
in
nothing
RE2.
we need to worry about.
He's a survivor.
As his RE4 model in the RPD outfit.
The extra distraction. Take him
His
out.
hairstyle was different in RE2.
Leon.
Oh no, if I see you, I'll have to kill you. Because it's not like you like know what Wesker says anyway. Okay, so I pressed the wrong button. So our goal is to get here. It should be simple enough. We have to get through the maze. This is awful. And then that door's locked. Which means we have to find the key. I remember this being awful. Ugh. Bowgun bolts, which I don't have room for. Do you have the bigger attaché case?
Got a select. What are you, boy?
Yes, you do. Good.
Thank you.
And you do have the bowgun. I'm probably not going to be able to afford it.
Is that all?
No, even if I sold everything, I can't
Thank you.
afford it.
Come back.
Which means I'm going to grab these. Press the wrong button. Why can I go from this to the map, but I can't go back? Alright, let's see this. Okay. That hopefully will be enough room. We're gonna have to rework some stuff anyway to use to pick up the bowgun. The bowgun's in a really awkward shape. It's a really chunky weapon. What is it, like 4x3? I got ammo that we could use. We probably are going to use a bunch of it to get out of this maze. Like, if only we had the hook shot, I could climb over this. Like, if only we had the hook shot, but nope, can't use it. The gate's locked. I remember getting out of here was actually a real pain. Yeah, now we're in the castle. We jump forward a huge amount. Oh god, these things. Still hate them. You know what doesn't help with the TMP in this case? It's that you have no option of buying the stock. Can I just leave? Nope. There we have the problem. Just leave, I wouldn't even remember this happened. Knew that was going to hit me. Getting past the maze guys is always tricky. I say get past, running past the maze guys just doesn't happen. They'll always get you. There's a guy on the other side of that wall with a mace. Or it's a flail, isn't it? Yeah. And I'm really hoping he doesn't try and hit me, because my concern is the collision will just make the damn thing hit me through the wall. There's somebody behind me. You may think, like, because with the way this has all gone so far, it's not been that bad. And a lot of my complaints seem like nitpicks. But it's like, it's gonna get worse. That happened too easily is gonna have a thing. Might as well use this. Damn it. Well, it's gonna get worse, and I feel like this is the chapter where it really does start getting worse. But there's also the case of this is the only part of Separate Ways that you're in the castle. Once we're done here, we're immediately on the island, again skipping forward a lot of time. You've got to be kidding me. The solution to this isn't to find a key, it's to kill enough people. That rattling is really annoying. Oh wow, they're actually coming for me. Damn it. Jeez. Really? You had to get out of that at that time? You know, of the three Plagas types that can burst out of the heads, those are my least favourite. Like, the ones the villagers do, the Blade Plagas, yeah, the range on them is very difficult to judge. And it can be a real pain. God damn it. And the other Plagas the Zealots can spew out can instant kill you. And he's like, well, why do I hate the... You know what, let's use that then. Why do I hate the Spider Plagas more? It's because you can't kill them in a single shot. You have to kill the host and then kill the Plagas separate, and I hate that. And it makes it really awkward. Slows everything down. I really need to stop that. Now I have to decide if this is worth it. Can I kick him? Nice. And they're still bullet sponges. Like if the head bursts, they become a bullet sponge. Yeah, that's enough for that. And it's part of the reason why you tend to use a flashbang. Oh, I didn't get that. It's part of the reason why you tend to use a flashbang on them when you have the option. But then the spider ones, the flashbang will immediately kill the host, but then the spider ones jump off. Which is just more fun. I really don't like you. Like, they're very clearly not the most difficult to deal with. They're just irritating. And then once they pop off, if they grab you, then that's a grab, and you gotta just deal with it. It's a time waster. This whole issue with reloading when I mean to run forward reminds me of the Dark Souls 2 stream, where I was having the repeated problem of the shield wasn't dropping fast enough. So you can't headshot the guys with the gold masks, which is supposed to be a problem, but it's really not. And if anything, it's just the gold mask guys are always guaranteed to never headburst, which is fantastic. Okay, let me check the map. It's here. The key is here. I'm sure it is. It means I want to keep going there, but let me check in here first, see if there's any items. You know what? Let me save. I don't want to do the maze again.